Okay, so today we're going to be using semantic maps to study our vocabulary words. What a semantic map is basically just a graphic organizer, and we're going to be making connections to our vocabulary. The connections that we're going to be making are going to be based off of what we already know about World War II. We've already studied this in our social studies unit. Does everybody remember that? Awesome. So remember that we're going to be making connections by using a graphic organizer to study our vocabulary words. All right, are we ready to practice? Okay, so the first one that I'm going to model for you is going to be the word battleship. Okay, so in the word battleship, I see the word ship, and whenever I see the word ship, I think of the connection of, okay, this thing might be in water. So I'm going to write that on the same page as battleship. All right, and I also know that a battleship is going to be used in war. Preferably even we use these in World War II. And then also know that a battleship is typically a large ship. It might have guns or other weapons. Now, because it is a graphic organizer, I want us to think back about what we already know about graphic organizers. So one of the most common used graphic organizers is a bubble map. So that's what we're going to make ours look like today. So you're just going to draw a circle around your connections and make them all lead back into your main vocabulary word. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now let's do one together. All right, so the next word is going to be democracy. Can anybody raise their hand and tell me what they know about democracy, or a connection that you can make to the word democracy based on our connections that we can make from our World War II unit in social studies? Okay?
The people vote.
Okay, so we know that the people vote. All right.
People have the power.
The people have the power. Okay. Anything else?
We send representatives to Washington.
Okay, so through democracy we would have representatives. We would say reps in, I'm just going to say in DC, because we'll know what that means. All right, anything else?
This is what America follows.
Awesome. So in America we are a democracy, correct? Perfect. Okay, now who can tell me what we're going to do with our thoughts? What do we do with our connections to make it a graphic organizer?
Bubble them.
Bubble. So we're going to turn this into a good. Does anybody have any questions? All right, now we're going to move into our independent practice. During our independent practice, we're going to take what I've modeled and what we've done together during modeling and guided practice, and you're going to work on it on your own. All right? So both of you are going to have a different word. Preston, your word is going to be nationalism.
Okay.
Your word is going to be ally. I want you to make just a few connections about what you've already known and what we've already learned in our social studies unit from World War II. And I want you to go ahead and make those connections related to the vocabulary words. And whenever you get that done, let me know and we will go over it. Good. It looks like everybody is finished. All right. Who would like to stand up and share your semantic map with us?
I'll do it.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to say the vocabulary word, and then I want you to tell us what connections you made to that vocabulary word.
My word was nationalism. My connections to it were pride in like your own country, and like kind of nationalism would be patriotism, like here in America.
Okay.
And then beyond that, you would then kind of be like competing with other countries.
Okay. Very good job. All right, you want to share yours?
I do. All right, my word was ally, and an ally is a friend. An ally will fight for each other. They're on the same side if you're two allies, and your ally will protect you.
Perfect. Awesome job. All right, now let's wrap this up and let's review a little bit before we end our lesson today. You guys did an awesome job with your independent practice. So remember, within semantic maps, we're just making graphic organizers to help us remember our vocabulary words and what they might mean. So what we're going to do is we make connections based off of what we already know about that word. These words were words that we could make connections with from our social studies unit from World War II. In our modeling, remember that we use the word battleship. What I remember when I hear the word battleship is that it's a large ship. It was used in World War II. They were in the water. They were used during war times. And on them, they typically had guns and other weapons. Our guided practice, remember, we used the word democracy. We said that in America, we have a democratic nation. Democracy sends representatives to represent us, the people, in Washington, D.C. The people have the power, and the people are the ones that vote. And then you also did the same thing in your independent practice with the words nationalism and ally. So very, very good job. Are there any questions about semantic maps or how we could use them?
Do we need to put these in our notebook?
Yes, you will need to put those in your notebook and save for future use, because with semantic maps, it's going to be a quick way for you to reference a word and remember what the word might be about based on your previous connections and your previous learning. Awesome job today, and we're now going to go to recess.
Yay!